We've all been there. You've just got back from vacation. You're officially in your lazy girl era. You've switched off from work, which was great for your vacation, but now you just can't switch back on. So I have been there. I actually have been through that very, very recently, literally last week. And I wanted to share with you what it is that I do to help get back into work after a vacation. It can be the hardest thing to do. I had a 2-week family vacation and then I ended up with flu for a week. So I have had 3 weeks off and it's been difficult, but I really wanted to share with you my tips that have helped me to really get back into work, be productive, and get back in the zone and get stuff done. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. And don't forget, I do have an online publication called Confessions of a Creative, where I write all of the articles myself and we cover different topics such as style, beauty, entrepreneurship, culture, a bit of everything. And I think you're going to love it. It's free to subscribe, but there is a paid option as well, which gives you subscriber perks and benefits, plus a little room where we can chat. And yeah, it's really fun and I hope you guys are going to love it. So please do head on over there. Now let's get into this. Post-holiday break. Now, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when you've been on vacation, you feel like you need another vacation just to get over that first vacation. It can be pretty stressful. Like I mentioned, have just come back from my Ubhi family holiday and oh my gosh, was it stressful? And I don't mean stressful as in bad. I actually had the best time ever, but it was just so stressful with so many people trying to do things and you're just like not getting enough sleep on a daily basis and you're just tired. If anything, I feel like I've actually just come back from a family wedding. So I feel like pretty broken right now. I also wanted to get back to my whole zone of work and feeling really productive and getting stuff done. So I knew that I needed to also take some time to just realign myself and get back to kind of like me when it comes to work. Like, you know, when you're killing it and you're just doing so well with work and you feel so productive, I wanted to get back into that frame of mind. And I knew that I needed to take just a couple of days to just kind of realign, get myself recentered, focused so that I can get started with work and get back on track. It sounds crazy, but honestly, it's so important and you really do need it because you need those couple of days to be able to just get your body clock back to its original self, just so that you can also get your sleep as well. Because I don't know about you, but when you go on family holidays, like you just don't get the sleep that you're used to having. I'm used to my 8 hours. I don't even think I was getting like 5 to 6 hours. So it has really taken its toll on me. And I took a couple of days to just get my sleep and it helped so much. Just being able to get your sleep and just taking a couple of days for yourself, which doesn't involve anything to do with a vacation or hanging out with anyone, and just doing it for you can really help you to just get back on track and just get started again. Now, during your break, you could actually spend some time planning your first day back at work. Now, this can be helpful for anyone if you work in an office or if you do work from home. So it doesn't really matter because I feel like you can approach the whole first day back in the same way. But what I will say is that this doesn't mean you need to start working. So that break should be a break, but planning your first day back doesn't involve actually working. It just means kind of like organizing your first day so that when you do start, you don't feel like, okay, what have I got to do now? What have I got to do now? You're kind of already in that frame of mind. It just means putting a plan of action together on how your morning is going to be. Maybe that's all you need to plan and the rest of the day will kind of flow anyway because you need to find out what you need to catch up on. But even if you just plan just your morning, it can really help you because you feel like you are not second guessing yourself. You're not trying to think, right, what do I usually do? You know, it depends on how much time you've had off. I mean, it took me a bit of time to just remember what it is my daily work day is like, but it might be easier for you. But generally, planning your morning, figuring out what it is that you're going to do in the morning can really help to set you off. So for example, if you usually do have a specific coffee in the morning, you usually take the dog for a walk or do things like that, just plan things so that your alarm is set. You maybe have things out ready for you to grab when you on your way out so that you don't actually have to kind of like go around looking for things. You've just made your first day back way easier for yourself. Sometimes what I like to do is just get like my coffee mug ready for the morning and put a few things out that I know that I usually end up having to go through drawers to get. And it really does help because everything is laid out for you. Everything is ready and it can make your first day back much better. So during your break, don't work, but just plan little things here and there that are really easy for you to do. And it will just make the first day back way better for you, way smoother and a bit more fluid and just feels like you didn't even take a vacation. Well, you don't really want to feel like that because you obviously want that vacation break, but you know what I mean. Time block your day. Now, what this means is prioritize your tasks by blocking out parts of your day which are dedicated to certain tasks. For example, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. could be for emails. What I like to do is when I know that I've had a vacation, the first few days or first week at least, I know that I'm going to be very busy kind of catching up with things. And especially if during my vacation I haven't actually touched my emails, I know there's going to be a crazy amount of stuff for me to look at. So what I like to do is schedule my morning for the next day. So it just makes it a bit easier, whether that's your first day back or your second or third day back. It can really help you to get back on top of things. So for example, like I mentioned, I might do 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., which is dedicated to just sorting out my emails. Now, the first thing I usually do when I head into my emails is not rummage through and try and look for the important ones. I get rid of anything which I know which is absolute rubbish, such as, I don't know, it could be subscriptions, it could be spam. Get rid of all the junk first, and then I know whatever's left are emails that I actually need to go through. Rather than like one by one, just doing things as you see it, it's a bit of a more organized way of actually going through your emails and making sure that you're left with the important stuff. Once I'm done with my emails, I can then move on to whatever else I have dedicated for the following hour or 2 hours within my day. So it could be working on a specific project or returning some calls or voicemails. It could be anything that helps me to get back on track. But generally, those are the things that I like to do. And I like to kind of really focus on spending a couple of hours and scheduling that time so that I know that's all I'm going to be working on during that time. And I'm not just kind of picking up things here and there wherever they are. Don't take meetings. Now, you want to be able to push any meetings that you may have at least by a few days so that you can really get your mind back on track and get back in the game with whatever it is that you're working on. I always feel like the worst thing you can do is schedule in meetings as soon as you're back from vacation, because you may not be clear in the mind in terms of like what the project is, what you're meant to be talking about. You're not really back in the zone of work life. So give yourself a little bit of time. So don't schedule in any meetings yet. I always think it's better to leave it at least 3 days to even a week if you can, so that by the time that you do have those meetings, you are way more fresh, you're a bit more on the ball, you know what you're talking about, you're back up to date, you know what's happened while you've been away as well, because you really don't want to be going into a meeting and your mind is wherever you left off before your vacation, but everyone else at that meeting is up to date, and that's the worst position you could be in. You don't want to be there. So make sure that you don't book in any meetings, keep your mind fresh, make sure you're up to date and you know exactly what you're talking about when you do go into that meeting. Work remotely. Now, if working remotely is an option for you to be able to do that for the first few days, then take it. It gives you a bit of time to really settle back into things and not feel so overwhelmed by going into the office and just being bombarded with people around you, probably giving you more work or asking you questions about where you are on a specific project. So if you do have the option to be able to work remotely, I would highly recommend it. Now, if you're already working from home, then that's a win-win for you. But if you are working from an office, see if you can actually work for the first couple of days from home. It's going to make it much easier for you to be able to catch up, and you're slowly getting yourself back into it. And by the time you do head into the office, you are going to be on the ball. You're going to be knowing what you're talking about, and you're just not going to feel like, okay, am I playing catch up? You're going to be up to date with everything you need to know. It gives you time to be able to just settle back into things and transition with ease, so you don't feel like you're running into something that you have no idea about. Now, these were my very quick tips on how to get back into work after a vacation. They've helped for me, and I really do hope that they have helped you too, or they will do. And if you have any tips on what you think also helps when it comes to getting back into work after a vacation, let me know in the comments box below. I would love to know from you too. And I really do hope this video has helped you today. Now, don't forget, if you do like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care, and I'll see you soon.